Hey everybody, Matt Barrett with BusinessTruths Consulting. Standing out here early in the morning. I've been down here since 6 o'clock in the morning at this park, and starting in about maybe 10 or 15 minutes, there's going to be a gentleman over here, and he's going to say, runners to your mark, set, and go. And I'm going to take off and go run 13.1 miles. And so I wanted to talk to you a little bit today about setting goals and an analogy that'll tie to your business. You see, today's goal for me, I've got 3 of them. I know a lot of people talk about SMART goals. I'm a huge fan of SMART goals. But what I really want to talk to you about today is don't just set one goal, but I set multiple goals. First goal I'm going to set is I just want to finish. I mean, there is just a completion factor to this whole thing, and I really hope that I can finish. If I don't, something has gone terribly wrong. Second goal is I want to finish in less than 2 hours. And that's a pretty realistic goal for me. In fact, if I don't finish in less than 2 hours, something hasn't gone terribly wrong, but I just had an off day. Now my stretch goal, the thing that I want to do to push myself, is I want to go under an hour and 50 minutes. And that's about an 8-minute and 15 pace, and for an old fat guy like me, that's a little faster than I'm used to running. But that's what I want to try to do today. And so here's the analogy for your business. You see, just like in your business where you've got goals to set, don't just set one, but set multiple goals, set layers of goals. Think about taking that goal and starting off with maybe you just want to break even. If you could just break even for the first time this month, if you're a startup, or if you could just get back into the black after a down season, that's a great start goal. Then kind of a realistic goal. Set something bigger than that. Maybe you could not only break even, but maybe you could have enough profit to, I don't know, profit share with your employees, or enough product on hand that you could supply everybody, whatever the case is. And then think about a stretch goal. If you could line up everything just right, what would you do? Well, that's the analogy, but I'll be back in a little bit to give you the update here. Race is getting ready to start. I got to start warming up. All right. Well, hey, finished the race, and man, I am tired. 13.1 miles was plenty long for me this morning. Of course, I got the rest of the day to rest and recover, but back to the analogy of this, you know, I went out, I was feeling good. First half, wasn't until I hit about mile 9, and I thought, oh, I'm doing really well. Then all of a sudden at mile 9, I had to stop and begin to kind of look at it and think, am I going to make this goal that I've set? I knew I'd still make the kind of the drop dead goal of just finish, but I wasn't sure I was going to make the even the 2-hour goal at one point, kind of my just regular realistic goal. And then all of a sudden it came time to look at, am I going to hit my stretch goal? As I ran and I ran harder, started slowing down. So many different analogies started coming to mind. I'll share some of them at the end of this, but ultimately at the end, unfortunately I didn't finish under an hour 50. I went an hour 55 today, but you know what? I'm still proud of that. You know, I'm still alive, and you know, just like your business, as long as you hit that kind of minimum goal, and even hit your realistic goal, you know, you're still doing well. And that's really what it's about, isn't it? It's just going out and hitting your goal, and if you hit setbacks, picking yourself up and going forward again. Not just sitting down. I could have sat down and just cried on the roadside and hoped that one of the police or the medical people would have picked me up and carried me in, but no, I said I got to keep going. I got to keep pushing, and so I finally made the finish line. And I got my little medal here that says I did it, and so, you know, it's not the first one I've done, but I'm still proud about it, still happy about it. So anyway, set some goals, set some realistic goals, and maybe even set some crazy stretch goals, and go out and push yourself and just see what happens, all right? We'll see you out there in the business world, and maybe I'll see you on the trail running sometime too. Thanks. So as I mentioned, there are so many different analogies you can pull out of running. Here's just a few of them that come to mind. You go out too fast, you know, that's just like my business partner, Laddie Blaskowski, and his wife, Judy, they wrote a book called The Step Dynamic, and if you shoot past that step in their book, basically it means that you've gone past your capabilities and you haven't increased your capabilities to match your effort. And that's just what it's like when you go out too hard. You run out of energy and you find yourself falling apart, wheels coming off, as they Another analogy is after I finish this half marathon, what am I going to do next? Am I just going to sit down and get fat between now and Christmas? I mean, that's my normal goal, but am I going to set another goal to go on after that? And that's the same way in business. If you go out and you set one goal and you accomplish it, you're just going to quit? You're going to let your competition catch up to you? Or are you going to pick yourself up, and are you going to keep setting another goal? What's next? How are you going to improve yourself? The idea of continual improvement. Here's a great analogy. I'm running down the trail and there's all these people next to me. Some of them passing me, some of them I'm passing them, and they're my competition. But you know what? My competition pushed me to keep going. You know, when the old lady started passing me, and I'm like, I can't get beat by an old lady. I had to speed up so that I could stay ahead of her. And that's just like in business. Does your competition spur you to be better? I think it should. All these analogies and all these great ideas and all this endorphins from running, and there's still one thing I'm very, very proud of, and that is this. I still think I am the fastest fat man out there. To date, I don't think I have seen anybody fatter than me finish ahead of me. Now, I know that I might look like a skinny, solid rock of muscle, but truth is, weighed in this morning at about 214 pounds, and that's all right. Fastest fat man out here. I may get a t-shirt that says that one of these days.